Dear children, in the previous class we learned about that tracing changes through 1,000 years. So we already know about that this period. So what in the 7th standard you are learning? So that it's between the 700 CE to 1750 CE. So we are going to learn in the present 7th standard. It is called as medieval period. In the medieval period, what all the drastic changes can happen, we are going to learn in this lessons or in this class. So here, this new social and political groups. So it has formed. It has formed in the new social and political groups had formed in this period. So here in ancient period we were knowing about that, isn't it? The people were started to roam or wander from one place to another place, and also in the search of food, shelter, and water. But here, and also they have started to settle in one places to make as a social life, and they started to make the cultivation and animals rearing and everything they had made that. But this medieval period, it's an upgradation part of the ancient period. So here, in this period, the different scales and varieties of developments had done in this period, and this is really a challenging part for the historians because they need to study about the past or about the medieval period with special conscience because it has taken the different scales and variety developments in the period. So now, and also they have implemented the new technologies. They had implemented the new technologies. Remember, in the medieval period, the other nations' historians or other travelers, one who belongs to other countries or other part, they started to visit India to know about the India. Okay, so this is what we have to know that. So they were not coming by visit the India. They were not only coming to visit like a trip or tour. They were collecting the information and also they were carrying the new technologies or new version of their countries and they were implementing. What they were implementing here? Still here, the new technologies were implemented. For example, Persians also, the Persians also came to India. So what they did, they introduced the Persian wheel, which they were using in irrigation. The wheel, which was taking out the water from the well and it was pouring to the land, which helped made easier for the farmers to cultivate the land. Okay, so they were irrigation. So it was taking the water from the well and it was pouring to the land or for the drinking purpose, any purpose they were using Persian wheel and also spinning wheel. So you know that most of the people of Indians in the past also they were dependent on agriculture or other handmade works. So weaving is one of the major work. So still many families are dependent on the weaving and agriculture. Okay. So the spinning wheel also one of the important thing, and also firearms in the combat means war between the two armed forces. So there are firearms. They are started to use the different kinds of the equipment. They are started to use it, and also new food and beverage. New foods and beverages also introduced. So here, so potatoes, okay, coffee, and also you can know that some different kinds of the fruits also they had brought from their countries and they have introduced here. Okay, so these are the new drastic changes that happen in this medieval period, 700 CE to 1750 CE. And also these innovation, new technologies and crops were introduced in the medieval period, and also it started to spread everywhere. Okay, so this is about that how the travelers and new technology and everything Indians had received and also how it is implemented, how it has changes in the social and political groups. So now let's learn about that. See here, because of these implementation, economical, political, social and cultural changes had occurred. How it happened that economically, people, when they made the work easier and faster, they started to concentrate on different kinds of the growth. Okay, so it is economically they had growth, and politically they have they were getting the more what we said that already, firearms in the combats. So it helped to defeat some other political opponent. So they were started to grow in that one, and also number of the people also increased as a soldiers or chief. Everybody have increased, and as a social, the people way of living. The way of living of the social life also changes in that, and culture, the way of wearing the clothes and the way of traditions, everything also upgraded in this period. So it has changes and they were implemented, and also they have increased their way of life. So because of these things, people were not staying in one particular place, and they were eager to implement or eager to know more about things. So what they had done that mobility means what? That migration, traveling from one place to another place, or shifting from one place to another place. So here mobility, in what purpose they have migrated? So in search of opportunities, the people, see, in the medieval period only, they were focusing on opportunities. The people, where they were settled in one place, they wanted to work till they get the opportunity. Once they were not getting any job or any opportunities, they wanted to shift to the another places where they were getting the opportunities. See, with the family they were leading. So this is what mobility in search of opportunity has started. So in the 6th standard, you learned that nomads were searching in search of food, shelter, and water. So for the purpose of those, they were traveling. But here they were traveling, they were migrating from one place to another place in search of opportunity. This is very important. You know that. Okay. So this is about this. What are the drastic changes had happened and what they had implemented. Okay. So next thing is Rajputs. When the politically they became stronger, they are defeating some other which are the small groups of the political, and they started to become the superior. So here like that, Rajputs means Rajaputras. So Rajaputra means what? Son of a Raja, king. Okay, so this is what we know. Rajputs became very important in this period. Okay, in the medieval, beginning of the medieval period, Rajputs became very important. Apart from the Rajput, there are Marathas, okay, and Sikhs and Jats, and remember many others. But Rajputs are very important in this period. They had made the changes in the period. In the next lessons, you learn about this and everything. Okay, and also economical, political, social. These also you learn in the 5th, 6th, 7th lessons. You are going to learn about that. Okay, Rajputs are very important because they were making the new rules and regulations and the way different kinds of the ruling they had introduced. Okay, so here Rajputs were there, and also one kind of the what is it? Kshatriyas had introduced here. Kshatriyas means what? The one who rule, the soldiers, warriors, we are going to call it Kshatriyas. So it is, they have implemented chivalric code of conduct. Chivalric code of conduct of extreme warriors they have implemented in the Kshatriyas period only. So it was drastic changes. How it is that the war, the way of war, so the combat we said that, so the way of war and the usage of the weapons, it it had drastic changes during this period. So this is about the political we had learned about. See, dear children, the next important thing about the clearing forest. Clearing for what purpose they were clearing the forest? They were clearing the forest to cultivate the land, to grow the crops where they were living. So you already learned about mobility in search of opportunity. Some people were started to clearing the forest to make the crop lands, crop fields, to grow the crops and settle in a one place. See, clearing the forest, and they started agriculture there only. They started agriculture. So because of the people who are settling in the new places, who are going to clearing the forest, they are going to make the social life there only. They were settling there only. But what about the forest dwellers? Forest dwellers means those who are the people who are living in the forest long ago. Forest dwellers, okay, they were shifted to the another place because of the new agriculture. Is a new people habitat. Habitat means the new life or new people are started to live in there. So because of that, the forest dwellers moved to the another places. Why? Because they were not mingling with these people. Still they were in the forest only. They were not grown up. Okay. Still we can see in some other forest in Biligiranga Hills, BR Hills, you know that. Okay. There we can see that Girijanas we are going to call that. So the people are staying in the with the interaction between the forest. Okay, they were living in the animals. They were living they are living in the forest only. They are utilizing the forest sources only. They are not depending on these modern period. Okay. Now they are modifying that because of the government new rules and new facilities and all. They are implementing and they are changing some more. But previously, still they were in the same position only. Okay. So this is what we have to work on. Clearing the forest. Because of the clearing the forest, people started agriculture. Okay. They started to grow the crops. Once they are growing the crops, they need to stay in the land only. So when they are starting to leave that, their habitat were increased and number of people were increased, and they started to clearing the more acres of the land for the purpose of the agriculture, and then the forest dwellers moving gradually from towards to the dense valley. So then once the agricultural peasants became, and they have started social life in the particular places. So the peasants had a contact between the village which is near to the where they have come back. Okay, already they had started the social life. Okay, the village and everything had formed. Once the new peasants and new agriculture had come there, they had a contact with the landlords or other temples, and also they had a contact with the wealthier people. So these became the common in this period. Once they had started that contact with that, the landlords or the one Rajputs who are there, so they were started to ask to pay the taxes for that. Whatever they are growing the crops and everything, they wanted to sell them. They were offering the goods and services for the landlords who belongs to that particular village or the land. Okay, so though they were making the forest themselves, cleaning everything, and they were settling as agriculturists, they need to pay the taxes for the chief or the temples or the supreme of the village of those things. Okay, so along with this agriculture, some started the cattle rearing. Okay, you know that cattle rearing. Okay, so cattle rearing, and also they started some of the different kind of the article things, and also they have made the different kinds of the works. They have weaving. I told you that weaving, and also different. Some work became the soldiers, some became the different kinds of the works. They have pottery, different. They had done that because of their work. Whatever they were doing, the was based on that the jati or subcaste had formed. So this is very important. Why the caste and subcaste and the jatis were formed. See, remember, dear children, it's formed on the basis of their work or the services what they are providing. Okay, so we know that every different caste and everything, whatever we had. So this is formed because of the new type of the work they implemented. Because of that, they are mentioning the name of the work as the people who are making that work. They belongs to that caste. Okay, its caste means people who are doing that work are recognized as the caste. Okay, it is not any other meaning. But they have made some rules. Once it's upgraded, they were implementing the new rules as in that jatis are subcaste only. So that one who known as that elder in that group, they were making in the discussion. Then they were implementing the new rules and everything. It is related to the particular village. So they are living in a village means they need to make the rules of their caste or their jatis, which is already implemented in the village. It should not be disturbed to the other jatis or other subcaste. Okay, so new rules on jatis are implemented. So in a jati panchayati, okay, jati panchayati also we are going to know that. So here, once they have done that in the jatis and implemented the new things and all, so then they were also started to offer to the elders or offers to the wealthier, offers to the major caste. They were offering that goods and services based on that. And also these jatis and these subcastes would be vary from one place to another place. Area to area it was differ. Okay. So what we are doing that the jatis, remember that the jatis or subcaste, it's based on their work, what they were serving the goods and what they were serving the services, what they were making the work, based on that they were doing that. Okay. So finally, the village, it means it is a small unit of the state. Okay. The village were paying the taxes to the which is the larger making the rule. Okay. So this is about the first one part of the new social and political groups. Okay. In the next class, we will learn about the another.